Hey everybody, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles. I have all kinds of things out on my desk. So I had shared with you guys this lovely happy mail I got from Charlene, and she sent me library checkout cards, library pockets, the dividers for the card catalogs, all those kinds of things. And I think during that first video, I made these, I believe, and what fun we had, right? And then I started thinking, and I got a lot of interest that doing a library card a week, something like that. I know there's the ICAD, the Index Card a Day kind of challenges, but that we could do library cards or of course just a plain index card would be fine. I know not everyone has a beautiful, lovely stash like this. I'm going to set this aside for a minute. So this is what I did. And again, use whatever you like, but if you're able to print, I have uploaded a freebie on Buy Me a Coffee, and it's 4 pages. And I've printed this several times. I even was playing with it and printing smaller little cards and things, but there are 4 pages. And all I did was scan some of the cards, and I gave you those, without me altering them, just kind of how they scanned with the natural changes in colors. But then I also aged a few and kind of made it look a little more vintagey. So if you're interested, go grab these. They're free on Buy Me a Coffee, and I will have that linked for you in the description. I've shared with you guys, I also have a $1 page available on Buy Me a Coffee right now, these collage squares, and that's what I'm using to decorate some things today while we craft. So I've made one. Today's the 15th of June, and I'm thinking I want to do this weekly, just some different ideas so that after a period of time, we all have this lovely collection of library cards, right? And with doing videos, of course, I may do more than one a week, which is fine, right? I can have fun and not worry about holding myself to just one. And you can make as many as you like as well. But I just think it's going to be fun to have a nice collection at the end. So I am going to start using #weeklylibrarycard so that we can find each other's projects. If you post on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you post, that hashtag can help us find them. And I'm just going to create. So these are made with my original cards, and I'll probably most of the time craft on my original cards, but I did go ahead and cut out a few, and I thought in the video today I would craft with these. This is one of the dividers, and let me show you the original that I scanned. I can get it out of here. The color is a bit different. It's almost the exact same size. This one has a little bit of different aging looking to it, but close enough, right? These, the way I printed this set, they printed a smidge smaller than my originals. But again, I think a good size for a library card, and it'll work well. At some point, I may try to design or figure out a little box for us that we could make to keep them in. So I'll keep that on the back burner, thinking about that. But again, you can do these any way you want. But I'll just give you some ideas or things that I'm thinking of. And since I had this on my desk, I wanted to play with it. I did the little mini accordion journal with this one. But now I think I'm just going to play with the images and alter some cards. So hope you stick with me and get some ideas. We'll see what other supplies I have on my desk that we'll decide to use. I think the first thing I want to do is make a divider. I was almost thinking it might be fun to have one, have a divider in my box, and maybe, I don't know, I was thinking maybe by date, or perhaps, I don't know, I could do it by month. I could do it, I'm going to glue these back to back and then trim them up so that they're a little bit thicker. Anyway, I don't know. I could do holiday ones, right? And we could have Christmas and Halloween, Thanksgiving, fall, spring, whatever. So anyway, but I just wanted to decorate one of these. Not even quite sure where I'm going to go with it yet. The original is very thick. It's like, it would be hard to, I don't want to fold it, but it would be hard. See how it would start to crack to fold that one in half. This is pretty darn, whoops, those are the fabric scissors, the ribbon scissors. This is pretty darn close. I'm going to just get a little trim there. But even around the curvy part, it's pretty close. Okay, so I printed this on 90-pound cardstock, and now I've glued 2 pieces together. Okay, I'm just adding a little ink, and the ink I grabbed is walnut in a distressed oxide today. That's what I grabbed. So that is what we are using. I like the browns. Oh, let me show you though, or tell you what I did on this one. I actually used one of the cards, not one of the blue ones. See the difference in the color? I used one that was kind of the creamy color. Maybe I'll grab one and we'll do it, because then I just used some of this ink here, speckled egg, and made it kind of a lighter blue color, and then did the collage. But maybe we'll grab one and do that in a minute. Okay, so for the divider, I'm thinking it already has this cute little tab here, but it might be fun, and I do have, ooh, I have washi tape in the blues. This one always seems to be sitting right in hand, you know, within hand's reach. So it gets picked a lot. And I do love blues and plaids and things. I'm eyeballing this one. I think that will be pretty. And I'll just toss these back in here for a second so I don't end up with too big of a mess. Let's see what makes sense. I think what's going to make sense is to go, I'm going to leave a little bit of an edge, but I'm going to go right off the edge so that I can then trim it up. And I may put a piece on the other side too. So somebody asked me recently if I ever glue my washi, and if you watch me much, you probably remember that yes, a lot of times I do lay down glue underneath. A lot of times, especially if it's like helping hold something on, if I'm using it like a hinge or to tape something to a project. If it's just decoration, sometimes I don't. It also depends on, honestly, the age, the brand, the stickiness of the washi, all of those things. Because sometimes I get a piece and I'm like, oh yeah, this has got to have some more adhesive. So it really just depends. And again, how I'm using it. So, all right, this is going to give us a nice little added dimension to the top of this little tabbed card that was it with my collection of library checkout cards. Set that out of the way. Okay, let's pick a square to play with. And I'm thinking one of the butterflies. Just go ahead and just cut right along here. And we'll get this one out. And you don't have to leave it exactly, you know, in the square shape. I was actually thinking about doing this. Big surprise, right? Let's tear it to start getting it looking a little bit different. And again, I'm trying to just grab things on my desk. I'm going to make this into like a little tab, something like that maybe. Let's get some ink on here. So I'm just doing simple collaging on this one, which is basically what I did on that other one. I used a strip, a sticker, an image. I did stamp it because it was, you know, one of the library cards itself. I'm going to grab some stickers. These are the new ones that Pink Monarch put out with their Rosewood Estate collection for June, I believe. Anyway, and some of these are just perfect. I think, you know, like this one, it said, what did it say? It said, Astor Library, New York, 1892, October 17th. This one's the New York Public Library. Here, let me go to the sheet I've already pulled a sticker off of. Ooh. But again, if you don't have stickers, you could cut things out of magazines. We could easily, I think I'm going to do it. Let me glue this down. You could just use any little labels or things you have maybe from other ephemera kits, that type of thing. I also think like some faux postage would look cute on these. All right, I'm going to do that for right now. I said I was going to use this as a little tab there at the front, and then I didn't, right? We'll save it and probably use it for something else in a minute. Okay, look at me, I'm like standing it up. It's cute. And of course we can decorate the backs too. You know, I already have the washi tape on there. This will also be a great place to journal if you leave the back a little more or a little less decorated. I'm just kind of looking around to see what I can grab. And if there's something that I want. Thinking I want a piece of ribbon. And again, maybe just at the top. I'm going to offset it. I'm going to put it centered, kind of over, not quite centered, but over the sticker here. Let's see what happens. And this is one of those things, it's just like when you look at like artist trading cards, you look at the iCAD today. I mean, some are just very, very detailed. And even though it's a small palette, right? Like you just start off with just a card, you end up with some that are very, very detailed projects and others that are a little more simple, right? This isn't quite looking finished to me yet. I do have still sitting here on the desk where I was playing with the washi tape the other day. I have that. I wonder if I grab one of my heart pinches, what this would look like. Let's see if I can get it in there. What do you guys think? I think that'll be cute. Maybe just start getting several little things on here. Even with the washi, you can get this book page to pick up a little bit of ink. Yeah, I'm just going to add it. Why not? And I'm going to stick this down. And okay, so now I could have this as a divider and then cards behind it or in front of it. I like it. Very simple, very basic, not hard at all. Okay, so let me take a minute to show you guys. Just the paper. And so it was one of the ones that was more to the white color. And then this is Speckled Egg Distress Oxide. And this one already has some blue to it, but I just went through and added it to the card itself so that I had a little more, or a different kind of color to it. All right, now since this is one of the ones I printed, It's white on the back, so perhaps we'll go ahead and glue these back to back. I didn't cut them exactly the same size, so I'll just trim it up once I get it on here. And this would probably be a good use for a glue stick if you didn't want to use your glue like this for it. So, there we go. And let me just trim it off. Oops. I'm really trying hard with those scissors that I'm trying to keep sharp for my ribbon. My mom, Sally, is very proud of me right now. I just know she is. Okay. And then I think you can see the difference with the side that has the ink on it versus the side that doesn't. Add a little bit more. Okay. And then we'll do this side. And I have, you know, inky fingers, but that's okay. Very fun. All right, it just has a little bit different look to it. Not that we can't also add some of the walnut stain or something to it as well if we want to. I think I'm going to put this bird on here, but I think I'm just going to tear it out. Let's see what happens if I'm able to do that without messing it up. There we go. And thank you guys for joining me. I hope that you want to play along with this library card a day or a week. You can do as many as you want, but it'll be fun. We'll just see how long and if it's of interest or not. I'm hoping soon to be able to announce my new design team that I'm putting together. If the deadline to send me an email to express your interest is June 18th. Today's the 15th, so a couple more days. This video will probably go up tomorrow. So anyway, and I'm hoping some of the design team members might decide to play along with some of my challenges. It's optional, you know, they don't have to. Nobody has to do anything really, but you know, it might be fun and a way for you guys to see this interpretation from some other creators, right? And anyway, we'll see. And the same with the weekly 15 challenge. All right. So this one, I like that a lot. Let me think. I just decided to go for it and glue it down without really thinking about what else I wanted to put on there. I'm going through, that is like way too big. I'm going through some of my bins I have over here. Look at this silly, this is not the right thing, but I was playing with ribbon, trying to think if I could make a little flower. We haven't pulled this bag out in a while. And way down here in the bottom, I'm seeing some ribbon from my past. Some old Stampin' Up! Ribbon. I did a ribbon exchange. There we go. And I think this purple kind of picks up the purple in the wings of the bird. So I definitely want to use a little piece of this in some fashion. And then let me grab these again and see if there's anything we want to use. I'm wondering how, ooh, that would be pretty. One of these flowers, maybe right there. Again, just doing something simple, but where you can see the blue. Let's give this one it's still the 15th of June. I think it'll be correct if I do it this way. Yeah, getting a little bit better at that. I'm going to add some of the walnut around the edge of this card. And feel free to decorate both sides. I'm leaving mine on one side, more room for journaling, for writing space. Okay, I get to use these scissors this time. And I'm going to, instead of stapling it like I did the last time, I'm going to do a slot. This one I stapled. And even though this has like kind of a nice width and texture, it's sort of thin. It ties easily. It's not stiff. Maybe that's the better word. Makes it easy. Easy peasy to work with. All right. I mean, without hardly doing anything to these, I think they're so pretty. All right, there's those. And then these are from the original video. Remember this one? I made a pocket. Love that. I was using some scraps. And then this one had a collage from one of the napkins. This is probably still one of my favorites. I love that pop of pink on there. All right, so we have a few more. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you will give it a try. It's, again, another way to just sit down with your supplies and maybe just for a few minutes, because it's a small project, you can, you know, get your creativity flowing. So please leave me a comment, give the video a thumbs up, let me know what you think, and until next time, have a great day. Thanks for watching, everybody.